if you're talking about your accomplishments of those little trophies you got, that's not enough. When you're making 250, young man, it's not enough. You want to impress me and UD and Mike.
Win the championship and shut us the up.
OGs are back in the building. Well, I'm not. UD told me it's his fault, Shaq. He told me if I had a part of the 06 championship, I can't be there. So I'm with Memphis. Calling in.
I would love to have you on that other side, boy.
Oh, y'all missed it. Both of y'all Orlando Magic.
Oh, that's right.
Y'all
That's
both
right.
Orlando Magic greats.
Damn, that's right.
Yeah, I remember that.
You were great.
Yeah, he was.
You were great.
Keyword.
I was a part of it.
Oh,
Keyword was.
You know what's crazy? I was in the gym the other day. I'm trying to get my body fat back to where it was, and I played. I lost all my powers, bro. I have old guys driving by me and shooting jumpers on me. I was like, who the am I right now?
Okay, I'm happy we brought that up because when I be watching them Ice Hot commercials, I be like, that is not Big Fella back. That's somebody else back. Stop that. That's not Shaq's back. I be looking at that little ass back, and I be like, that is not Shaq's back. I just see that back way too small. Oh, man.
Mike, you don't know this, but UD was my body fat inspector general. So, because he used to show up. He used to show up 2 hours early. So as soon as I get there, big fella, they got that body fat today. I'm like, stall them. So I used to go in the steam room for about 10 minutes, then get that baby oil, put that baby oil. So when he pitched, I was like, hey, no, check it.
Slipping all off.
Yes. Okay. Okay, Shaq.
Oh, that's too good.
Okay, Shaq, you passed the body fat test. Thank you, Bill.
You really need no introduction. You really need no introduction, big fella. I mean, we talk about GOATs and we talk about the greats, but like you said the other day, there can only be one most dominant player.
And it's not even close.
Nah.
Well, I'm not going to be arrogant. I was wanting to pass up Wilt Chamberlain in points. After I passed him up in points, then I was going to arrogantly say, I am the MDE. I don't want to hear nobody else's name. But out of respect, he still has more points. And, people look at different things. I got more championships. He has more points. If I would have just played that last year and just passed him up in points, then, like I said, I was going to arrogantly say, I am the MDE. I don't want to hear nobody's name. So out of respect for Wilt Chamberlain, I will allow you guys to say Shaq and Wilt Chamberlain, but nobody else. Nobody else.
No, and that's fair. But with my own two eyes, obviously, I judge that is the most dominant player I've ever seen was you. And I'm saying that with all the respect in the world. That what you did and what you accomplished was the most dominant I've ever seen. So congratulations, man.
Well, thank you.
Let's take it back to the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like all the way back to the beginning, like when you first, got into the NBA, because that was different. I mean, going coast to coast, downhill, pushing it and doing different things like that. But I also remember you telling me that, you really didn't play basketball until you got overseas.
Yes.
And that's when you grew, and that's when you started getting confidence in yourself and different shit like that. Like, just talk about it, just being the bigger guy that everybody has expectations of you, but your body and your game ain't catching up with your body.
Not yet. So I'm a football guy originally.
Yeah, me too.
I used to tell people Ed Too Tall Jones was my father. And as you know, no, seriously. So as you know,
Too tall.
As you know, I like beating people up. So I was tight end, and I was a tackle. On defense, I was a nose guard. I just used to like to try to get the quarterback and just I wanted to break an arm or break a shoulder. That's how I was. And then my father came in the house one day and he smacked me in the back of the head with a paper. He said, "Look at this," and it was John Concac had just signed 15 for 3. And then at the bottom of the paper, he had 2 tickets. We're gonna go watch the game. Football don't pay like basketball does. So I'm at the game, and I'm like, okay, he's in the NBA, but I can do that. So I really started focusing on basketball, and I was 6'8" at the time. Magic was my guy. So I was like, I'm gonna be a guard. So I had all the guard skills. Boom, 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 boom. Had all the guard skills, and I don't know if I told you this. I use jealousy as motivation.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if I come in the gym and you say he's the man, I go, I go to school with him. He's soft. So now I'm gonna use that to elevate myself, right? So now I'm playing, and boom, 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 get to Germany, get to San Antonio. There's a whole bunch of people ranked ahead of me. I'll become an All-American.
So you came from Germany
Yes.
back to San Antonio?
Yeah, back to San Antonio.
Okay.
Get to San Antonio. 35-1 my junior year. I missed 2 free throws at the end. That's where all my free throw woes come in. Because Mike Miller, I was like you before that. But I'm going to tell you a story. No,
You was
seriously.
white?
No, my jumper was nice.
Oh, I thought you was white. I was
My
finna say.
jumper was nice. So I transitioned from shooting jumpers to dunking. One time I had 40, and I remember this like it was yesterday. I had 45 3/4. So we playing against
Damn.
we playing against little kids. We up by 40. I want to work on my shit. So I crossed the dude up at half, gave him a nice little move. You know, instead of going to dunk it, because I'm 6'11" also, I get to the free throw line, shoot a jumper, and I miss. My father walks on the court and his drill sergeant, call a timeout. I was like, Dad, can you call a timeout? Yes. He grabs me in my car, takes me outside. What are you doing? I was like, man, I'm just working on my Magic Johnson, be Shaq. So now the whole gym, everybody saw me get smacked. I can't cry. So coach calls the player and says, fuck that, give me the ball. Because now I'm mad when I'm dunking. I want to break the rim just for this smack me in front of everybody. So now, the next 20 plays, I'm dunking. Boom, 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 and get my knees up. He's like, that's what the I'm talking about. So when I was doing that and I started seeing people do this, I was like, he's right. He's right. Intimidation makes the game. Because you know, dribbling the ball and press breaking, it's hard.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to have to do that all game. But when I start dunking and people start moving back, I was like, okay, I got him. So I just did that. And then again, the reason why I got great because it was a lot of professional jealousy involved. I get to the high school, sorry to be long-winded, I get to the high school All-American game.
We need to hear these stories.
I get to the high school All-American game, being the only guy from, well, it was another guy from Texas, but he was injured. I always wanted Dick Vitale to say my name. Because I know I got a nice name, but I want to hear him say it like he said. So everybody's, you know, all of the New York guys, and Kenny Anderson and Tracy Murray were the guys at the time. They were like 1 and 2. So I get up there, and I'm like, hello, Mr. Vitale. Dick Vitale says, and you are?
Oh, damn, Dickie
Now
V.
I'm mad.
Damn, Dickie V.
I'm averaging 40 and 20. 40 points
damn,
and 20
Dickie V.
rebounds. Dick Vitale
He's
says,
a diaper
you are?
dandy, Dickie V. What you doing?
Now I'm mad because I'm looking at all these other guys, Sonny Vaccaro giving them Nike jackets and shoes, and I ain't getting nothing.
You was one of those guys, Mike.
So
Remember that?
I said, okay.
All that free.
So I told Mr. Vitale, I said, you don't know me, but you're going to know me tomorrow. So I couldn't even sleep. I'm dreaming the whole time. When I get this, I'm going coast to coast. I'm about to let
And you
everybody
did.
know. And I
That
did.
was epic.
Yes, and
That's
I said,
epic.
I'm going coast to coast to let them know. So then when I did it, and I saw him, boom. So I had a lot of that stuff to, you know, make me go there. And like I always talk about the body fat thing with Pat. Pat challenged me. I was an older guy. He believed in me, believed in us, and said, I know you can get one more. He challenged me, and it was something I really didn't have, and it worked.
Yeah, we responded.
Always say we got one, but UD know we should have got 2. We should have got 2.
Yeah, we damn sure should.
Big fella, you talk about Coach Riley. What was the biggest, in your opinion, the biggest similarities or differences between him and Phil Jackson? Because obviously 2 epic coaches. What do you think about that?
I can tell you one. Phil smoked them left-hand cigarettes. Riley smoked them right-hand cigarettes.
I agree. And
That's a big difference.
It's a huge difference.
And I actually did my dissertation on this, the duality of leadership styles between, you know, humorous and seriousness. Pat was serious, all the way serious, right? And then, you know, what I realized when I was doing my research, you can't be 100% one way. So I'm going to give Pat 90-10. 90% serious and 10% humorous. Phil Jackson was probably about 70-30, 70% humorous and 30% seriousness. Both styles can be effective, but I think in the long run, if you have a little bit more humor, you can get more done. Pat was serious and always serious. Like after that first year we won, Stella celebrated. He was sending us letters early. You better
Yeah.
get back here and
Yeah.
get in the gym.
Hell yeah. And
Hey, big fella,
and
big fella,
listen,
you do me a favor though.
Yes.
Hold on, UD. For us two college graduates, will you look to your right now and tell him what dissertation is?
I ain't graduate, so you're right. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta tell UD what a dissertation is. You did your dissertation on that.
It's a paper / presentation. When you get your PhD or your EDD, you have to submit it to a committee.
Yeah.
I had to break it down ebonically for him. That's not the real definition, but I just had to break it down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Break that down. Break it down for me. Appreciate you, Killer. You seen the look on my face?
Yeah.
You could put a question mark.
Yeah.
You could put a question mark over top of my head.
He said dissertation. The question mark popped up over your head, like a cartoon.
Oh
Nuts.
man. Yo, what time is it? Game time. Yo, what's up, people? You know what time it is. Football is finally here, which means endless NFL games these next few months, and there's no better place to get tickets than Game Time. They make all your tickets fast and easy. Me, myself, I'm already looking forward to going to the game again. Checking out my Dolphins. Fans up, baby. Game Time picks filters through all the fluff. Only thing you got to worry about is incredible deals, great seats. You don't have to waste no time searching through thousands of bad tickets. Me, personally, I'm extremely impressed with how Game Time Picks selects the deals for you without having to waste any time digging around. The curation makes it easier to save more on the football games and any event you want to go to. Take all the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. That's code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time today, and just remember what time I said it was. It's still game time, baby. So why LSU? Why LSU? You were great, obviously, in high school. McDonald's All-American. I think it was he Player of the Year coming out like that. Why LSU?
Before I got to San Antonio, I was in Germany. And everything always go back to my mother and father. Like, people talk about, got certain guys do stuff to stay relevant. I do stuff to make my parents proud.
Yeah.
Because they made me who I am. My father's no longer here, but all the stuff that he put me through, disciplinarian style, I never complain about it. I just look up and say thank you. I got my ass whooped.
Yeah.
You know why? I was a high-level juvenile delinquent that could have went to the left.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
And he whooped my ass, and he kept me straight. I am here today. So a lot of stories I tell relate back to him. I'm at home one day, not doing nothing, and he comes in again, hit me with a paper. And I see the paper, it says college, and I lived on an army base in the mountains, wild flicking West Germany. College coaches come in here, maybe you can get a scholarship, because I'm terrible. I'm 13, I'm 6'8". I'm not getting no scholarship. I don't even want to play. I'm bad. I'm the guy I'm the tallest guy when I walk in the gym, and instead of going, ooh, we want him, they didn't even look at me.
Last.
They pick up. No, I didn't get picked at all.
Damn.
So I went in there, but before I left, I was like, I'm talking to a college coach. I want to sound smart. So I grabbed the dictionary, and I'm just looking up word. And the word I picked, God honest truth, extremities. Extremities. That's the word I picked. EXTREMETIES. Extremities. I hope I spelled it right. So Dale Brown is there, and all the top guys on the base that are really good players, they're sitting up front because I guess they think they're going to get a scholarship. I'm sitting in the back, and I'm shy. I got a little stuttering problem. So after the thing was over, he was walking out. I was like, excuse me, Coach Brown, can you send me a program to strengthen my lower extremities? And I wanted to sound smart, like I'm college bound. And he looked at me. He said, "How long you been in the Army, soldier?" I said, "I'm not in the Army. I'm 13." This grabbed me like he found the biggest black diamond ever. You're what? I said, I'm 13. Who you here with? So I'm with my father. So him and my father had a conversation. The man sent me the programs. And this was the time Rocky IV came out when Drago was in gym. So I'm in that motherfucker every day. Still can't dunk. I got bad knees. Still can't dunk. Still can't play. Get cut from the team. So I sent him a tearful letter. Man, that don't work. I appreciate you. You can stop sending letters. I got 3 years left in high school. I'm just going to join the Army because this is a good life. Man sent me a scholarship. He said, no, if you're not going to play ball, then just come here and help me. And, you're a nice kid. The man, I had the scholarship. Wow. So now, after doing all that stuff, now when I get back to the States and I become Shaq, everybody want me. So I'm like, nah, I'm going with the guy who wanted me before I became Shaq. That's the answer. The real answer is I went to the game and I had so many beautiful curly hair, blue-eyed, green-eyed girls at the stadium. It's like, Shaq, Shaq, Shaq. It was one girl named Madison. She was so goddamn fine. I was like, damn, she was fine. She was fine.
You a slick big fella.
She was a senior. She was 24. Oh, I was like, damn, you're so beautiful. And she's like, yeah, you come here, I'll tutor you. I was like, that's why I went to LSU. Madison, if you're watching this, I love you.
Oh my gosh. That does come into play when we looking for colleges.
Yeah, no,
as young men looking for colleges, that tends to come into play from time to time.
No, but you know what? Because they set me up. I went to a football game, right? 40,000. So I'm going. I'm a shy kid. I'm just sitting there, right? And then the lights go off. The light come on. If you want the 7-foot All-American from San Antonio to come to LSU, make some noise. And then the light came on. The crowd went crazy. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers don't have. Oh man. Oh damn. And they all doing like this. I'm like, man, I'm about to sign to LSU. Give me the papers. I'm signing to LSU. And that's why I went to LSU.
That's what happened when you come from South Dakota to the University of Florida, huh, Killer? That's how it go?
Exact same thing happened. That's exact same thing. I can tell that story verbatim, minus the dunks, being dominant, being really good. I can tell the rest of the story is perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, no disrespect, but I don't. When I've been to South Dakota a couple times, I ain't really seen nothing to look at like that. You know? Just saying, Killer. No disrespect, Killer. I'm just saying I ain't really seen nothing to look at like that. It ain't like Miami.
But by the way, UD, Shaq had opened up his doors to me when I was in Orlando as a rookie. I went there and worked out at his house with T-Mac. That was epic times, brother. I appreciate you doing that for me too.
Anytime, brother.
Yeah, I mean, talk about obviously the Orlando connection, because I wasn't even in the league yet, but all you guys spent time in Orlando, and you got 6 Man of the Year in Orlando, and obviously you had a hell of a career in Orlando. Like, I'm looking at Orlando Magic now. Tell me what you guys think about what they're doing now, because I'm looking at Paolo. I'm looking at what they got going on now.
I didn't get 6 Man of the Year there. I got Rookie of the Year there.
I apologize, Killer. I know you got Rookie of the Year. My apologies. Did you get 6 Man? Did you share 6 Man trophy with somebody?
That was in Memphis.
You got so many accolades, Killer. They started to run together.
Stop.
My bad.
Stop.
I apologize.
I'm big on relationships. So when I first met Killer, it was cool, bro. Mm-hmm. Like I don't deal with he's Shaq. It's man to man. How you doing? What's up? Like, and he showed respect. I showed respect back. I know he was. Seen his highlights, and he said, "Like, man, can I work out?" He was a gentleman. Hey, man, can I work on your gym with T-Mac? Can't say no.
Yeah.
Young fella, looks up to me, respectful. I'm already letting T-Mac in there. So me and him have had a good relationship then because he was cool. And it ain't even about the respect thing. It's about man versus man. He approached man respectfully. I approach him back respectfully. Like, I've never been a guy, no, you can't use my gym, my foot. No, he's a nice kid. If I can help him elevate his game, I'm definitely do it. But Mike has always been cool. And
what you thought when you saw him?
I thought he was nice.
Yeah.
I thought, because like,
yeah, nice.
I've learned in high school you need shooters around you. Mm-hmm. You always need, like, especially me. If they go, like, I had a guy in high school, Doug Sandberg. That's all he did was shoot. So when I first got there, the school wasn't doing nothing. But then they're doubling and tripling me, and I realized I can't do it by myself. I'm like, stand in the corner. Stand in the corner. And I get it, and he hit it. And, you talked about this earlier. So now a guy that really can't play, you're raising his confidence. So by the time we got to the state finals, that was shooting that thing like Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Because I told him, stand in the corner. And I had another guy who was like you, big and strong, you like to fight. I'm like, bro, these motherfuckers doubling me. You get the rebound. I'm going to run down court, toss it, boom, get us up by 20 and 30. And then when I get double, I'll slow it down a little bit, double, and then let you eat. So, I saw that he was a cat that was working on his game, wanted to be great, and he was.
Magic team.
Bro,
his
setup, his setup there was unbelievable.
Yeah,
it was so.
I can
dope.
imagine.
So
the first time I ever went to Star Island was to this house. I ain't never been back to Star Island. I'll just let you know. Yeah,
and you're from Miami.
I ain't been back since this left. So
what's crazy about the Orlando house? I sold it, and I should have kept it.
Oh man, that was a nice crib.
That thing was so sick.
The bed was as big as this room.
I should have kept it. Oh no, I brought the bed with me.
Oh, you got the bed with you.
But I like.
Hey, big fella, talk to me though real quick because I'm curious. Like when you made that change to go to the Lakers, was that? I mean, I know it had to be difficult. Was it what went into that decision?
It's about maximizing your potential. We talk about people and the money that they make. The true definition of money is if you can get the renewal. Like when I first came in, I was only expecting to make, in my high school dream world, I only wanted to make $8 million for 10 years because that's where the money was at. Then my guy told me, he said, "Hey, I'm gonna get you 40 for 7, but after 3 years you can renegotiate." I said, "What does renegotiate mean?" He said, "You can get more money." And then probably, my agent was Bray, Leonard Romano. He said, "Probably then it'll be worth $100 million." What? I'm this 40, I'm right. So now my time is up, and hey, I done been a scorer, this and that, and boom, boom, Penny's there. We rolling. We the team of the future. And then I'm the type, I don't really talk much, but you hear other guys talking about they want 90. So, what us men do, if he get 90, I know I'm better than him. I want 150. So, we threw the number out there and wasn't working. But the advantageous thing is every time we lost in Orlando, I was in LA, so I was familiar with LA. Oh. If I wasn't that familiar with LA, probably would have took a little longer, or probably would have tried to do something different. But LA was the hot spot then. So we're in the '96 Olympics, and agent calls me. I'm at Magic City, me and Uncle Jerome.
Ooh.
I love Jerome. Jerome's a gangster too.
You ain't been to Magic City, Killer.
No.
Yeah, that's not your thing.
It's like 2:30 a.m. We having a good time, eating chicken wings, watching them do their thing. And I had the big dope man phone. You know what I'm talking about? The big block phone. What's up?
Yeah.
Hey, get to the hotel now. So I get to the hotel now. The late Jerry West. I know you and Jerry had a great relationship.
Man.
He was in like one of them Versace robes. He was smiling. He had an envelope. And I had never met Jerry West. I know he was. He said, "You want the good news or the bad news?" I said, "Well, what's the bad news?" He said, "We can't get you at 150, but I think you're going to be happy with this." So I opened up the envelope. I have never seen so many zeros in my life. And I was like, "Oh, it's real." Like I'm telling them people 150, and they dissing me. These motherfuckers gonna give me 120. I'm signing right now because I don't believe in the next day. I'm like, so I signed. Nope, like Penny ain't even know I signed. So like we got the practice numbers and they bombarded him with it, and that's what it was all about. Maximize my potential. So now when I get to LA, I'm asking my guy, "Can we do the same thing?" So we going back and forth, and then Jerry Buss says, "Man, I need you to start winning championships, and then I can do what? I'll give you another extension." Boy, 3 in a row, right? Things go boom, boom. Then I get to Miami, and Pat did the most gangster shit at all. Remember when I was up for another 120?
Yeah.
Pat came in and he said, "Shaq, I love you. I can give you the whole 120 and we can have nobody, or I can give you 100. Get UD some more money. I can bring in Posey. I can bring in GP. I can bring in all them guys." And I was like, "You know what? I need to win because you know what I'm hearing. I'm like, I got to win one before old boy get one. So I got enough money. I got the biggest house to do it, and that's what I did. So, for me, it's not about money. It's about maximizing your potential. If you got the ability to do more, I'm always trying to do more.
I mean,
speaking of winning, three-peats. That's like tell people, because obviously we were fortunate enough to do 2 in a row in Miami, and the exhaustion. But I was never in a situation like you where it's physically you got to dominate games and do that thing. To do that 3 straight seasons is unbelievable. Talk about that for a minute.
So why I love this podcast, because all 3 of us speak the same language. We're all hard, right? UD knows this. I'm sensitive. I don't like to be talked about in a bad way, especially when it's my fault. So all the times we lost, Shaq missed a couple free throws. It's always my fault. So that just always ate me up. You're not going to break me, right? Then we get to the finals in one year in Orlando, and we had 10 days off. My leadership wasn't intact then. Me and D. Scott, we in Atlanta, we in Miami, and then day 5, we come back and we try to practice because we had played Houston. Like Hakeem was way better than me, but he never did what he did to me in the finals during the regular season. So I learned that when you get to that level, you got to step it up a notch. See, I didn't know that. So we playing the Rockets. We done beat them before. In that first game, we started rolling, and then we lose and we get swept. So now I'm saying to myself, if I ever get back to the finals again, I got to dominate so so well, especially if I'm not shooting free throws well. I got to have such a dominant performance that it ain't gonna even matter. So now every year we leave, Shaq's fault. Doing movies. Every year we lose, Shaq fault. He doing album. Boom, boom, boom. And then Phil comes. He said, "Bro, I need you to put all that down." I did it. Had my best year, and we started winning. So now after I win, think I'm getting respect from Stephen A. and Kenny and Chuck and all them. Nope. Bet you can't get another one. Now I got to go win another one. So after you win two, what you got to say? Oh, well, Magic and them got two. I bet you can't three-peat. Pat Riley owns the term three-peat. Bet you can't three-peat. So now I freaking got a three-peat.
Yeah.
And then Draymond and us had this discussion, and you guys know this too. When you winning all the time, it's kind of hard to stay at that, like, especially when you win 2 or 3, it's kind of very difficult to stay at that level. So it just, things didn't work out, and then I ended up in Miami, and then I got challenged again.
Yeah.
Body fat down, you need to get it down. Oh, D-Wade, you can't make him this, and you'll never win with UD. He doesn't have a 15-footer, and boom. But I was like, bro, I just kept hearing it, and I'm sensitive. I don't like hearing that. So I said, okay, let me step up. But UD knows this. The first year I got here, we made it to Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Stan Van Gundy, I love Stan, but we had a situation to where we had the number 1 spot. And I go to Stan and said, "Stan, let me sit out." He said, "No, he made me play." Jermaine O'Neal comes down the lane, and look, I'm gonna show you this, UD. I still got the knot. Look at that. Look at that. It's still there. Yep. Put the camera on that. I want to show people that if you can.
Man.
So
That thing's terrible. I'm see from here in Memphis.
So Jermaine O'Neal comes down the middle of the lane, and we 4 or 5 games in first. I want to be like, just let me take a rest, and I'm gonna get it. Jermaine O'Neal comes down the lane and hits this right here, splits it. But I can't let my guys down, so I'm shooting it up, doing all that. By the time we got to the Eastern Conference Finals, I couldn't walk, but we still almost won the game.
Yeah.
And I believe if we would have made it to the finals against the Spurs, I think I could have got something done. See that? That knot is still there. So we definitely could have had 2. So I just always think back to that. If I would have stayed out and been healthy, and that was the best shape I was in ever. Because Pat and Bill, that body fat, I was slim and running the court again, and D-Wade was coming on his own, and we had a chance to play the Spurs and all that, but I had that injury, and I never told that story.
You had the opportunity to play with some of the greats, guards. When you talk about Penny, you talk about Kobe, you talk about D-Wade. When you just go back, because we talked a little bit earlier off camera, you talked about, people thought that you and Kobe had issues or whatever, but, Kobe always came to you man to man and, said whatever he had to say, and you always respected that. We respect that have eye-to-eye communication. When you put your head down and mumble some shit and walk away, or you down at the end of the bench and throwing your towel and whining, that we don't respect that. But we respect when you come to us man to man and say what you got to say, whether we agree with you or not. We respect when people come to you and say man to man. So can you just talk about the differences of Anthony Hardaway, Penny, Kobe, and D-Wade, just the differences of those 3 on the court, off the court, whatever differences you see, because they were all great in their own way.
So let me start off with Penny. Penny already had everything.
Oh, yes, he did.
Never had to have any discussions with Penny. He had everything. And I told a story, I don't know if you guys knew it. You know me, I don't really pay attention to a lot of motherfuckers. I don't really give who you are. So I'm doing blue chips.
Blue chips.
And Orlando's like,
Elite movie.
Nick Nolte.
Yeah, and Orlando's like, oh, we don't want you doing movies. You're not going to be working out. So I had it in my contract. Work out 3 hours before we shoot. So we playing pickup, and it's his skinny. Every time I put my hand up, he got that right there. And he nice with it, too, when he won. I'm like, damn, who is this actor? And he's like, no, that's Penny Hardaway. I'm like, who the f is Penny Hardaway? I didn't know who he was.
I didn't know who he was.
No, I didn't know, because I don't watch college basketball. I was like, that's Penny Hardaway. So now I do my research, and they say, yeah, he going to be the number 3 pick. Then we get the number 1 pick. So D. Scott would always tell me, yo, man, you got to I'm not that guy. I want to come do my job and then leave. I'm not the guy to go upstairs and tell people what to do. I had to become that.
Yeah.
So D. Scott's like, man, you need to tell the people you want Penny. So I went in the office and be like, hey, if y'all don't get this Penny Hardaway kid, when my deal is up, I'm going to do something new. And I was like, oh, I don't believe I said that. Right? So now I'm at the house watching the draft, and they don't pick Penny, they pick Chris. I bust out every window in the back out. And then the phone rang, and John Gabriel said, Shaq. By the TV, he's like, yeah, watch this. We have an announcement that the Golden State Warriors Orlando Magic trade Chris Webber for Penny Hardaway. I was like, oh, now I got him. Because when I was at the movie set, I'm thinking the next Magic and Kareem. Penny had it. Kobe wanted it, right? After playing with Penny, we're going to let you get a young fella. Relax. Nah, he wasn't relaxing. He was, when he first came in, we called him Showboat because he was, the high cross, the AI, we called him Showboat. We tried to slow him down, but he would never slow down. So finally, when he started coming into his own, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to use him. But he's the puppy that when you spank the puppy, a lot of puppies, he was the one that show you his teeth.
Yeah, I like them.
So
them the ones you want.
So I use that. So a lot, and you see me do this. I'll say something personal just to get you mad because I know when you're mad. I know when you're mad.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing talking about. So a lot of stuff that was going on, y'all, not y'all, but the fans thought, oh, they don't like each other. Nah, I knew what I was doing as a leader. Like, I already know what I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you 28-10, playoffs 30-40. I need somebody else to do that too. Motherfucker, you shoot too much. Motherfucker, you doing, you ain't Mike. You ain't, matter of fact, they got another kid in Cleveland, LeBron the man. You ain't like I used to do it because, one, I know he's not a punk. I know he's not something. I used to eat him up. Used to eat him up. And I always tell people, if we hated each other that much, look at our first championship. When the horns ain't and there's 20,000 people on the floor, who's the first jump in arms?
Yeah, I remember that.
Think about that. And then you
it's
know,
an iconic picture.
Me and you had one or two arguments, but after we get out the showers, is yo man, what's the name of that soul food spot? That like this is that happens in relationships.
Yeah.
D Wade, from what I saw, he already had it. So now, mess up with Penny, arguing with this other cat in L.A. I'm gonna do different. You know, you was there. First thing I did when I came to Miami, I said, look, you heard a lot of shit about me.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen with me and you. This your
Yeah, I remember that.
No, dog, this your I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna graduate. This I don't want them to cause a no Shaq or D Wade because it was already it's your already. I came here because of you. Because I need a like you to help me get one more. So me and him never had a problem. I think the first time we all jumped on him was after the finals when we went down 0-2 and we was like, yo, and like he looking for us. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, go to work.
Yeah.
I got 4 people on me and I ain't playing well.
Yeah.
I go to work and then those next 4 games
Crazy.
It was crazy. He just took off. So
that's crazy.
That's the difference. But you know they were all great. Played with a lot of great guards. Steve Nash was another one.
Oh yeah.
Rondo was another one. Like they just, I'm just glad I had the opportunity, to play with guys like that. But those 3, the ones that, 2 helped me win championships, and with 3, I definitely made it to the final. But Penny had it.
So let me just rewind just a little bit. You got on the phone with them people and say, if you don't draft Penny, I'm gonna make a decision.
Yes.
And you left anyway though.
I did, but hold on.
So you hoodwinked him.
No, I didn't hoodwink him. But hold on. When he came, we did what we were supposed to do.
That did y'all
we won
thing.
the games, and then we made it to the finals. And then, again, I'm trying to maximize my potential. That 40 is cool, but it's going now.
Oh no, for sure.
Because you know what? That house that Mike talking about, that gym, I had to pay for that. So I needed some more bread.
So before we move on, I just want to know, as a businessman, is that where your business mind and your wheels start turning when you got to LA? Because as a businessman, like, you've set the standard for a lot of us out here who just look at what we want to do outside of basketball and after basketball. Like every other day,
He's a blueprint.
Every other day, I'm looking at you, big fella, and that is motivating. You know what I'm saying?
Another story about my father, as he beat me up. Not beating me up, as he's disciplining me.
Nah, that's back in the day we used to get our ass whooped.
Yeah,
that was real.
Yeah, that's right.
That was real.
His words was, listen. Just listen. So when I'm in L.A., I'm looking at Magic Johnson, and I'm listening to what he's saying. He grabs me one day and say, hey, man, it's nice to be famous. At some point, you want to start learning business and owning shit. And when he first said it, I'm like, what the f*** are you talking about? But then I hear my father, listen to him, listen. Because a lot of us, after we done playing, we don't have 4 to 5 years after we done playing, we don't have nothing.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be like that because I remember in Orlando, in Alaqua Lakes, looking at a $700,000 house, and my mom thinking we're the old family and we can't afford it, and I tell the lady, I'll take it. give you cash, pull out a briefcase, count 700 in front of my mom, be like, Mom, this your house, and them big tears. I can't lose that. My house and my cars.
Yeah.
I gotta keep my mama. No, think about it.
Yeah.
My mama
take care of
gonna,
mom.
yeah, because we grew up in the prime. My mama gonna keep that house forever till she's no longer on this earth. So I'm thinking about business and doing that, and it's just about listening. So a lot of times when people talk, even if you perceive it as criticism, you listen. Like a lot of times when people criticize me, I would listen. Shaq, he's a dominant player, but the double team is coming. He need to do something else. Now I know I can't go to the jump hook. Now I know I got to go to the drop step or the fadeaway that you used to hate when I shot it. That big fella, we ain't come to see that.
Because he was the most dominant player, so it was like, just dominate. But I get it, bro. I mean, but I'm happy you brought that up the way you respond to criticism, because you recently had comments, and Rudy Gobert had his opinion on how he felt. You made your opinion on him, but you responded to criticism by saying, "F that, I'm gonna show you."
That's
Like,
it.
if you want to talk that, I'm gonna show you when I get in between those lines.
And
you just want to touch on that, because I think for me, and I understand you, and I know who you are, and as an NBA player and as the people, when you get the Defensive Player of the Year trophy, there's an expectation. So I think Rudy taking it personal. This ain't about you, Rudy. This is about the fact that you keep taking home that trophy, and there's an expectation when you take home that trophy to handle your business. So it's not even personal, and I don't think it's personal. I think there's just an expectation, to whom much is given, much is required, like the old heads used to say.
You know it's not personal because you've been in the trenches with me. If I'd have said some shit like that to you, you'd have came in pissed off.
I'd have come in there to tear somebody's head off. Lock me in the room with that, and I promise you I come out. Lock me in the room with this, I promise you I'm coming out.
And that's what I like. So a lot of these big men, when I put out these challenges, they fail the test because they respond.
They
First of all,
sensitive now.
Sensitive.
They
First of
sensitive
all,
now.
First of all, if you're getting 250 now, what is your renewal check gonna say? You can answer it, Mike. The way the money is now, and they just signed this $6 billion deal. If you're making 250 and you playing up to par, what's your next check gonna be?
300.
I'm trying to help. No, 500.
500,
Like
yeah.
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you get it. When I speak, I try to speak from facts. It may come out wrong, and you may think I'm hating. And his comments, you're trying to stay relevant. I got 15 commercials. Keep talking about.
This is true.
Yeah, I'm the general. I'm
This
the
is true.
general. What we
This is
talking
true.
about?
It's true.
Like,
The little man with the mustache.
I want you to protect this thing of ours. Because if you play well and get $500 million, there's a kid right now in high school that could be making $700 million. But if you keep playing how you playing and you the money up, you have these owners that get this guy 250, he's not worth it, and you the money up, then this thing of ours is ruined.
I mean, for me, I understand that, and I speak that language because my life and my whole reputation has just been built off facing challenges and building grit. So when I got to the NBA, that was just a part of my DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like facing all that. I still remember the day. And I love Dan Le Batard, you know what I'm saying? He family 305, but I remember he wrote an article when I came to play with you, and he said Shaq had never won with a player under 6'8" playing next to him or something like that. I was like, Shaq just won with Travis Knight, and I eat his lunch. Like, you got me up. And I love Dan, but instead of getting mad at Dan, that lit my fire. And I said to myself, I'm going to prove that I could help Shaq win a championship. So, instead of getting mad and saying, F you, Dan, and all that, I use that as motivation, and I push my buttons to help you win a championship and be whatever I needed to be just to be able to prove those people wrong.
And if you're a historian of the game, I'm doing what the big guys did to me. When I got to L.A., all they did was compare me and Kareem. Kareem said one day, yeah, Shaq may be good, but they're not winning no championships. That G20 classification. I'm going to go back at Kareem? He right. So all the stuff I'm saying about Rudy, you're right. You don't think I'm right? Look at this play right here. Why when somebody push you down and you fall, you grab their knees and put your head between their legs?
Yeah,
What the f is that?
That was weird. I didn't understand
That's
that
what I'm
either.
saying. Like, no,
Both of us coming down. I tackle your ass and all us rolling on the ground.
Take your foot and put it right in the stomach. Like, do something. Like, come on, bro. And then again, you brought this up. You're the defensive player of the year, but every scouting report I'm looking at, they targeting you.
Well, yeah. Once again, that goes with the expectation. You know what I'm saying? The expectation as the defensive player of the year is that you got to be able to guard your yard, and there shouldn't be a scheme or a situation that we can't play you in. And at the end of the day, you got to anchor our defense. You got to anchor our defense. You can't be the guy that they're picking on. You can't be the guy that they're isolating. So
can you read his quote?
there's an expectation, Rudy. It ain't personal. It's an expectation.
Read his quote, Mike. Can you read it for me? Because I want to break it down.
I don't have it in front of me. You got it up there?
It's sad to see one that has accomplished so much as Shaq did, both sports and business, still be triggered by another man's finances and accomplishments. First of all, I'm not triggered by your finances or your accomplishments.
That's a no. That's
Because
big
you-
bank. Big bank take little bank all day, Rudy.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna tell you that. Big bank take little bank all day.
I'm not triggered by your
Big
finances.
bank, take little bank.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about your accomplishments of those little trophies you got, that's not enough. When you're making $250, young man, it's not enough. You want to impress me and UD and Mike.
Win a championship and shut us the fuck up. That's how you shut us up.
That's it.
Win a championship and shut us the fuck up.
That's it.
Because you got a young dog over there with you.
You sure do.
You win a
He
championship.
does.
Yeah,
You got a
He sure
dog.
does.
Yes, sir.
So win a championship and everybody will shut the fuck up. The whole world will shut up.
Yeah, but and to stay relevant, I don't want to be relevant. Only thing I want to be able to buy my mother anything she wants. I bought my mother her first Louis purse.
You've accomplished that, big dog.
I know, but I just like to explain people who like I don't need likes, I don't need views. I need to be able to walk in a purse store and get my mom a $3,000 purse with ease. I bought my mother her first Louis Vuitton purse, and she had the biggest smile on her face. That's all I want in life. I want my kids to be able to go to any college. I want to work and do this. I told my son the other day, we were riding, and my house is nice, and it was this house. It was beautiful. I said, whose house is that? He said, I don't know. That's how I want to live. I'd rather you didn't know who I was. You just know that I'm going to get that new 2024 Cybertruck sitting on a day like that. Like, I'd rather be like that. So,
I don't even know where the fuck you stay. You stay by me.
That's what I'm saying.
Stay by me in Southwest Ranches. I don't know where you stay.
Being relevant, I'm just trying to give you game, but I would not like to have him in my locker room because I'm not going to go to war with him. This guy right here next to me, I'm quick to brag about how I got 4 rings. He's the reason. Not D Wade. Well, yes, D Wade, yes, alone, but him because he did all the dirty work. He was the one that showed up and worked extra hard. He was the one that kept everybody in check.
And
so
tried to leave me open.
yes,
And I had to make shots.
he had to make shots. So
You think I'm?
I rather.
Yeah, you got. If you think I'm gonna be the reason we lose a ring,
Hey,
you got
hey,
another
UD, what
thing
was their game
coming.
plan? UD, what was their game plan, coach?
Who, me? Let it fly, killer.
What was their what was their game plan? You tell about their game plan. All the time. It didn't work.
Leave me open. These dumb. I don't know why. After
what-
Dallas tried, Indiana tried this twice. Like I'm just like y'all just think I'm gonna miss open shots. Like this don't go like that. Like I'm ready for the moment. Like stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. And y'all also talking to a mother who had to fight for everything. I couldn't wait to get at this platform. I couldn't wait to get here to show all you. That said, I couldn't show you. I could.
And this is who I'm fighting for when I'm talking about your finances, because he deserved that 250. He didn't even get. Did you even get 50?
Nah,
That's
I
my
didn't get 50.
point.
I got
A
30.
dog.
I got
You want to
33.
get somebody 250? Give it to this, not you. You don't deserve it. So I ain't triggered. I'm just telling you the truth. And if you act like you deserve it, prove me wrong. I will be the first to come up there and be like, okay, you proved me wrong, but you haven't proven me wrong yet.
Winning
Hey,
cures
big
winning
fella.
cures everything.
Big
This
fella,
whole-
since we're talking, since we're talking about it, what's the biggest? Because everyone always talks about their eras, and I've been able to tiptoe both of them a little bit. But what's the difference between now the basketball players now, the teams now, the play style now compared to when you were coming through?
What I hate about watching this game now is everybody's running the same place. Do they even have shoot around now?
No, it's not really plays. It's position.
That's what-
It's positionless basketball.
but
It's a
that-
lot of read and
yeah,
react.
no,
It's a lot of read and
but
react.
That's dumb. Like, we jump on Joel and B. Like, what you shooting 30-footers for?
Yeah,
Like, everybody's running the same play. Like that right there is the first thing.
yeah. It's a lot of read and react.
Nobody wants to take advantage of their abilities. Not the talents. You have to take advantage of your ability. If I'm the biggest guy out there, I'm not shooting jumpers. Mike, I wanted to step out there all the time and put my L and make my look as pretty as yours, but no, you did be like, motherfucker, didn't pay to see that. Get your ass down low and down. Like, second thing. And then the third thing, it's not as physical. And I don't really like to compare eras either, but, I want this thing of ours protected. Like, just signed a deal for $6 billion. What you think the next deal gonna be? We can get 10. So now I heard the other day that Luka may be the first $100 million man. I'm happy for Luka. He deserves that.
Yes, sir.
But guess what? It's a young Luka right now looking, saying. Because let me tell you something. That $15 million that John Concac made over
I was gonna
5
say,
years,
that's
shit,
your contact right there.
bro, that shit
Yeah.
motivated me.
Yeah.
And again, all I wanted was $8 million for 10 years. I had it everything. I was gonna get a Benz. I was gonna get a Jimmy Blazer. I had it $800,000. I was gonna get a house. I was gonna get my mama a house. I had it all figured out. So, man, $100 million. Listen, I wish I was 17 right now. I'd be doing 3 things: training, hookah.
Hey, listen.
Something else.
I think we all. I think
I'll let you figure
something
it out.
else. And something else.
Yes,
I think,
something else.
Hey, listen. I think all 3 of us can agree. Like we came out the sack just a little too early.
Yeah, we did.
If our old boys would have held on just a little longer, we'd have been out there with them 100, 200 balls for real, for real.
My favorite part about UD, right, is like, let's just say we go to New York, and because, you know, they talk about LeBron and them were the Heatles. We were the original Heatles. So let's just say I go to New York and partying a little too much. UD can tell in the first 3 minutes if I'm ready or not.
I can.
Right? So like if I'm done, he'd be like, don't throw the ball to that motherfucker, he ain't ready. Don't throw the ball to that motherfucker, he out there bullshitting, coach. And I'll be like, no, come on, big fella, we need this game, you out there bullshitting. And so like I would like UD would keep everybody in check.
But he responded though, bro. It was I challenged him out of eye communication. I wasn't mumbling with my head down, walking to the end of the bench, talking about him behind his back. Man to man communication. Hey, big fella, we need you tonight. Now come on with that, dog.
Yeah.
Come on with that, dog.
And I'd be like, all right, just let me get some water right quick. Cause hey, we used to be out.
Let me get some water right
Listen,
quick.
I'm the first guy. I'm the first guy to convince Pat to break his waist. Because when we first got here, we were winning and playing well, but listen, we going to stay out.
Yeah.
So Pat came to us one day, we going to give you guys curfew, and if you break curfew, $1,000. I went in his office with a check for $41,000.
Yeah.
I said, bro, I did. I said, 1,000 times 41 home games, I'm a grown man. That's just not going to happen. I said, I don't drink. So, but the other guys, I said, Pat, okay, the other guys are drinking, we going to go out. Just move practice back to 12. What? I said, Pat, for me. So now if you go out at 3, get in the bed at 4, you still get, because listen, you know as athletes, we only need 3 or 4 hours, right? But a lot of guys 1942ing and patroning, and they get in at 3 and then want to show up at 8. Our practices used to be up.
Man.
So I said, Pat, move that back to 12. So then Pat was like, well, if you do it, you better show me something. That's when we went on that streak.
Yeah.
That legendary streak. But then after the streak was broken, he went back to the 8 o'clock. But
I mean, one thing you did do when we used to go out, you made sure we come together and we all leave together. Like everybody leaving at the same time. We ain't no stragglers. We ain't leaving nobody behind. We all leaving this. It's time to go. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Because my thing, though, as the catalyst, not drinking, I could start us off. See what I'm saying? I don't drink. I'm taking no drink. So, like, in the game, I can, especially, like, if they not ready, now I know I got to be ready to keep it close. And now after they sweat some of that, now I could be like, UD, down to the basket.
Yeah.
He doubling. So, you know, that was our thing. But he definitely moved that thing back to 12 o'clock because, bro, we used to be out to 3, 4 at Mansion and Love and then try to wake up at 8. And, bro, our practice used to be sloppy.
I mean, this ain't the greatest example, but, I mean, when you talk about, like, leadership, and one thing I do know about the game of basketball is you just can't show up to practice at 8 o'clock and practice and then go home with your family and then do it the next day. You got to spend time with your guys off the basketball court. You got to build those relationships, man. You got to get to know the guy that's playing next to you. And it's always more important to you when you're playing next to a brother as opposed to somebody you just say, this is a teammate I just see for a couple hours a day. So we was able to build that bond, and we were bonding. And then when we stepped on the basketball court, that was your man's. And you can have those personal eye-to-eye communication things, and it wasn't nobody tripping.
And when I'm doing my job at TNT talking about these players, I can care less how sensitive they are. Because, again, I think I have G14 classification.
Yeah.
I really do.
Speaking of TNT and talking about these players, what's your thoughts on the teams right now? Most importantly, a hot topic, this Bronny situation. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, then talk about TNT too. When you talk about Bronny
sure.
and TNT,
That sucks, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's that.
so I have to be
That sucks.
I have to be a consummate professional. So we definitely have 1 year left. and they're working on some things. That's all I'm at liberty to say.
Okay. Good.
Hey, so
we
this
would
last
love-
year you gonna get me on
Yes, no,
with you, on the desk with
I
you?
promise.
Oh,
I
with my
promise.
finest suit, I'm gonna tell
I
you.
promise.
My finest.
So in a perfect world, I would love for us to stay together forever, but it's in the hands of the powers right now. So, but this last year is going to be a phenomenal year. Chuck going to go crazy. I'm going to go crazy. It's going to be fun, and hopefully this is not the last year.
Hey, listen, do me one favor, man.
I hope it's not the last year.
Hey, listen,
man.
do me one favor. Tell Chuck he got to stop with the street meats. he got to
Street meat, and
he got to stop with the street meat, man.
I told him
I can't take it.
I said, Chuck, do you know what street meat means? No. I said, Chuck, street meat. I said, street meat ain't no good term. I ain't from the hood. I'm from Alabama. I said, street meat ain't no good term where I'm from, dog.
He got to stop with the street meat, man.
Charles is the funniest dude ever. So I'm looking forward to because
When
I
we
like
talk about great players, you played with Bron too. Like,
I know,
Yeah.
How the fuck we missed that?
Yeah,
bro?
well, Bron was a guy I never had to say anything to.
Yeah.
I was so amazed at his leadership and how he played. And when I was with him, I wasn't the Shaq, but I was a good role player. We were first in our conference. Played Boston, Big Baby broke my hand. I got to leave for 6 weeks. Then I try to come back. I come back, I wasn't there. We lose to Boston. But, these are things I think about when it comes to rings. Like, I should have 8 rings. Ooh. And I'm not talking about free throws right now. I'm just talking about messed up opportunity. We should have had 2.
But you see the obsession, how obsessed
Yes.
you got to be, because he ain't talking about the rings he got. He talking about how many he should have.
Yeah, so
like
I
that's
should've-
that run through our minds is you obsessed, and you don't think about the ones you won. You think about the ones you didn't get.
I should have got 1 or 2 with Penny. Right? Me and Cole lost to the Detroit. You should have got that one. When I first heard
We lost to
you,
Detroit.
We lost to Detroit. Should have got that one.
D-Wade ribs, she was fucked up.
Now I played with Bron. I should have got that one. And when I was with Boston, we could have got one up there too. So if everything would have went perfectly, I could have had 8 or 9 rings right now. I could have been like Robert Horry right now. But what I'm looking forward to, I like storylines. We all know Boston had the easiest run ever to that championship.
They did.
Can they back it up?
They did.
That's all.
They
Can
did.
you back it up? Like,
They did.
okay, you had an easy run.
did.
Don't matter, you won it. Can you back it up? What you gonna do, Philly?
They did.
Paul George?
They did.
Huh? Joel Embiid? What you gonna do, Milwaukee?
Hey,
Huh? But Orlando? What y'all gonna do? Miami? What like?
Hey.
So in the East,
Memphis.
So in the East, I'm looking forward to that story.
what you think about us? I mean, if we healthy, a healthy Miami.
I like y'all, but I still think y'all need one more big body scorer.
One more big guy.
Yeah, one more. No, not
A big body, or just a big scoring guy.
Yes,
somebody
yes,
who could put up 20.
Yes.
So
Donovan Mitchell, somebody like that. West
Hey,
Coast.
big fella, you predicted Dallas last year. What's your predictions this year? 'Cause that was a big time prediction last year.
I don't know.
Dallas early was a big time
I
prediction.
gotta be able to look at people at preseason. I don't know, but Dallas definitely gonna be a tough one. But I think they need another guy that can calm those guys down or step up when those guys are not hitting. Because the problem I have with Dallas is one game is Kyrie, one game is Luka, and they will go back and forth.
that's what they got. Hopefully Clay.
I know.
Hopefully Clay let
that's
that bit
right.
ride now.
Yeah.
Hopefully Clay let that bit ride.
Give me a consistency of both you guys doing that every night. Then I'll say you're scary. The Lakers thing. Little Bronny is my nephew. I'm happy for him.
Yes.
I wish him well. I know his work ethic, and there's a lot of storylines, good and bad, behind that. I just hope everything goes off.
Me too.
I just sat here with Marlon Wayans on my podcast. He said I want my kids to be happy.
Yes.
I want young fella to be happy.
Yes.
And I kind of know what he's going through because, my son, Sharif, he's still trying. He was a good player. He had the heart attack situation, still trying to get in. So, the only thing for kids like that is they have a lot of pressure because of the last name.
Yeah.
Like they don't even really get the opportunity to do what they want. They're always going to be compared to us.
Yeah.
But I tell them all the time, we don't need another basketball player in this family. I just want you to be happy.
Yes.
So right now, Sharif is with me at Reebok, and we're doing big things. We're actually talking to a couple of your players, Mike, and
That's right.
that's what it's all about. So my wish for Bronny is to be happy.
Yes.
Like I hate the storylines and I hate the nepotism talking on. It doesn't matter. He's in. I want him to be happy and I want him to perform and I want him to do well because his son and my son are best friends. I'm not going to jeopardize their relationship just by saying some. I wouldn't say no anyway because Bron and his family's always been good to me. But
Exactly.
he's like a nephew to me, so I just wish him well.
I mean, I think he's done a great job of, just quieting the noise and focusing on the things he can control. And when he do speak, he makes specific points will let you know that he's mature enough to understand his position. Because when he speaks, he talks about being like a Drew Holiday type guy.
Right.
Or these type of guys that, no, they're not necessarily the top scorers on the team
Right.
at this position, at this point in their career, but they're guys that you can't win without.
Yes.
They're Swiss Army knife guys. They're guys that get over, get under, get through screens. They blow up pick and rolls, and they can blow up a whole play. So if he can come in and make an impact like that, then he just builds, he starts there and he builds with that. So, I'm looking for him to do good things too, hopefully.
And, kudos to Bron for setting up that wild dream I want to play with my son and making it happen.
No doubt.
Man.
Yeah, that's big right there.
Still playing at a high level and doing that.
Hey, big fella, before we let you get off of here,
Yeah, 'cause I'm tired. You're asking all these questions. I'm
we
in
touched on it
Miami.
a little bit.
I know you got to go smoke your hookah.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Big
hit the
hookah
beach.
got to get up. Big hookah got to get up out
I
of
know
here.
you touched on it a little bit, but where was your mindset as like transitioning into business? Because we talked about it on here a little bit. Like you are the staple of that, in my opinion. Like how you transitioned to business and seeing you on commercials and TNT
Where you get the time
and owning
from?
Big Chickens and Reebok and all these companies. Like where was your mindset and at what age was your mindset there?
I remember when you just started buying those car washes, you was here. Now you got like 100 of them. Like you just, you know what I'm saying? How you got the time? You DJing and spending month records and shit.
Yeah,
like,
DJ Diesel.
Yeah.
So the first thing you have to have is a motivation that can never be broken. I want my mom to have everything she ever wanted.
The hustler spirit, if you don't understand what
I
that
seen
is.
this lady have 3 pair of pants, and she would alternate Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the shirts. Never complain. I seen this woman wake up, cook us a hell of a IHOP-ish breakfast, eggs, sausage, pancakes, go to work, come back, cook her dinner, and never complain. And never have, hey, Mom, I got $20 to go to the store. I ain't got it. So now as I'm working towards getting this, I got it. So now that I got it, you know the stories. Hey, man, a lot of y'all guys get that and lose it. Not losing it, because if I lose it, this woman about to lose this little Benz I bought her. And I don't want that to happen. Like, she did so much for me to get that. So now I got to learn. I'm watching people. Oh, he did that. And then again, jealousy is motivation to me.
Yeah.
Damn, Magic did what? How can I do that? Oh, Magic with Starbucks? Okay, I'm going to get with Papa John's. Magic bought 2 cleaners. All right, I'm about 2 I'm doing that, and I'm teaching myself. But again, the motivation will never be broken. I want this lady to have whatever she wants. Now I got a beautiful wife and I got beautiful kids. Daddy, can we go to Disney? Hey, how much gonna be cost to get 6 kids in Disney? 6,000. I want to be able to always do that for them, right? So now I got my mama, I got my kids, and I still got that fear. I'm not losing this. So that's what, I mean, it's not that I'm smarter than everybody or do that. It's just that I want this woman to be able to get whatever she wants. Because, again, I remember that feeling, Mike, in Orlando. I had to trick her into taking this big-ass house that she thought we couldn't. Like, I took her to the store. It was the Best Buy, and I'm getting stereo. I'm ordering boom, boom, because I know what I got. I just looked at my I got about 9 million, right? So I'm ordering, and I'm looking for my mom. She's in the office talking to him about layaway, because that's all she knew. And I had to pull her up and say, Mom, it's over with. No, baby, it's 40,000. I said, Mama, I got it.
That's over with, he said.
Yeah, like that. No, but like she's like, she know I made it, but she don't really know financial literacy like that. She heard what I got, but she don't really know what that means. I know what it means because I went to the Bank of America. How much I got? Oh, you got about 9 million. Cool. I'm one of them motherfuckers. Like that was a proud moment for me. So I haven't played 20 years, and I'm still having those moments. I'm about to move my family back to Orlando.
Man.
It ain't no wait. Mama, what house you want?
Man.
And I'm going to walk in that office and be like, here you go. Thank you. There ain't going to be no 30, no bank loan, none of that. Whatever she wants, I'm going to get it. And, my mom was that woman. She don't want a lot, but, So, we about to move back to Orlando. So just to be that is what motivates me. It ain't about, oh, you doing this for, nah, that. I have to protect the woman that protected me. I'm telling you, bro, I used to see her.
That's awesome.
I used to see her wear the same outfits to all the office parties. Little black thing with the little shirt with the little thing, and we go in there and I could see all the other moms and their new outfits, and they talking about us, and I'm like, okay. And God and my father picked me. Like My dad told me, you don't play well, we don't eat. And he was dead serious. No, seriously, you don't play well, we don't eat. So now when you come from nothing and you get something and they say, hey, you know, if you play well, you can get more. I want it all. If I got 40 now and can buy my mom a little house, what the think I'm going to do when I get this $100 million? And then when you get the $100 million, hey, man, you win championships, you can do I want it all. I want it because 7 kids now want to be able to just, you know, do whatever they want. And I'm teaching my kids respectable nepotism. Like I tell a story all the time. Remember when Nick signed when Nick's grandmother gave him $250 million?
Yeah.
There was an article in the paper that Mickey's mom gave Nick and Kelly all this money. So the next day I'm in the gym, we working out at night. This they're cleaning in the locker room. Nick, cleaning in the locker room. And hold on, he just got $250 tax free.
Yeah.
My little $250, whoever the is, he taking all that FICA.
FICA, huh?
FICA. If I ever see you at the hookah bar, I'm knocking you the out. You done took so much of my goddamn money. I hate you, FICA. FICA you.
FICA.
Yeah, but anyway, this motherfucker there picking up jock straps. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so I never said that. So I asked Mickey, I said, Mickey, no disrespect, but your son just got the $250 and boom, boom, boom. Why is he? He's like, nope. My dad had me working on bolts and screws on little boats and yachts and work from the bottom. So that's what I do with my kids. I don't give them none until they got to work. And
Yeah.
they were upset.
I saw a comment that you said, this ain't my money, or something. If you think you're going to get some of my money, you got another thing coming. Something you said like that.
Yeah, because, you know, one of my sons, and listen, I have 7 perfect children. I have no problem. So I kind of put my foot in my mouth. So one of my sons will say, man, you do good in school, I'll get you what you want. This motherfucker called me from the Tesla dealership. I said, no, you better take your ass across the street to the Honda. You don't get no. And I said, my man, we ain't rich. I'm rich. You don't get no Cybertruck. I do, but you don't. So, but they respect that. They're working hard. My oldest son's a DJ. Sharif is an executive at Reebok, working with me, still trying to get it. Shakir
Dope.
is at FAMU. One of my daughters just graduated, and I got 2 at Florida.
Yes.
And I just had me a little baby. So
Hey.
Got 2 in Gators. Yes, Gators.
we're good.
So,
Well,
hey,
big fella, we're gonna let you get to that hookah bar, man.
yeah,
But,
I appreciate you, big fella, man.
I'm about to catch a flight to Madison.
Some of my finest moments was playing and just spending time, and the memories that I always have. Obviously, just you believing in me, undrafted, and one of the best players in the world, one of the most dominant players believing in me, man. That went a long way, bro. It was priceless, and I appreciate you for that, dog.
And I will always shout you out. You know, a lot of these guys get championship. We kind of know it's about us, but I know the real. Without guys like you and Big Shot Bob and Rick Fox and Robert Orr, I wouldn't be here right now. So
Appreciate
I
you.
want to thank you for working way harder than I ever worked, and I appreciate you. And you know how much love I got for you. Anybody, my boy UD down here in Miami, you're going to have them problems, you understand?
Nah,
Don't
they
forget where you at. This
They
ain't
can't
the
go-
beach.
Yeah, they can't stay out there. They
Yeah,
gotta go. They gotta leave Miami. They can't
yeah.
stay here. Can't stay here. They'll show can't stay here.
Love you guys.
Well,
hey, and
Big homie, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
Hold on. Shout out to this OG crew. These is professional than
Oh, for sure.
the cameraman saw a fly on a plant that just took the plant, threw it out the window. I was like, damn, that motherfucker professional.
Hey, I just got one more story, man.
Yeah.
It was just real quick. You remember that time Pat kicked me and Gary out of the practice and people tried to hit me with a broomstick?
Yeah, I remember. but hold on.
Hold up, what happened?
So,
What happened?
all right,
Me and
I'm
GP got
not
the
going to
argument,
go ahead.
but-
You
Well,
tell
he
it,
was
'cause I'm
gassing
not-
the shit up, though. Big fella be gassing man. he the gas man. And Pat, go ahead, man. Pat kicked us the out, and GP was waiting for me in the tunnel with a broomstick.
So we was in practice one day. One thing you're not going to do to UD, you're not going to punk him. You're not going to punk him. So I told the story on my podcast. When I get to new teams, I got to know who the I got with me. So we playing. Hey, get the rebound. And immediately, I ain't going to be too many more. What? You say I beat you at? You may beat my ass, but don't forget where the you at. You in Miami. Now I know I got a dog. No. I know I got a dog. Leave this alone. He with me. You already with me. Go to the next one. He not with, like, first day I got to find out who the with me. So now I do my research. Yeah, I'm from Miami. He knows some people. Chill out. Now I know he know the same people I know.
This
now
used to know people in the streets. This one
Now
of the best players in the league. One of the highly taunted, whatever the fuck the word is, and he know people in the streets. It's crazy.
And now I know he know the same people I know, and they got tremendous amount of respect for him. So now I really know this with me. Leave him alone. So now I know I can talk to him any type of way, respectfully. Hey man, you wide open. I ain't gonna be passing ball. You keep missing.
Yeah.
And instead of oh, you doing it, club, all right, big dog. And then same thing with me. Hey man, you got this on you shooting that fadeaway. So we had to, and then guess what? When you're from this type of area and environment, that's how we talk to each other anyway. Take the dumbass flip flop. Like it ain't.
Yeah.
Like that's how we talk. And then he could look at me and be like, you ashy ankles all ashy. Like that's how we talk to each other. So I knew that he was gonna be a guy with me. And then coming from winning championships, you gotta have dogs. So I got him as a dog. D-Wade is a dog, and then Pat said, okay, we lost this last year. I'm bringing in some dogs, but you have to make a decision. You got to make a decision. You can take all the money, and we ain't going to have nobody, or you can just give me some of this money. I'm going to get you Posey.
Shout out my dog Pose. Shout out GP.
I'm going to get you Antoine.
Shout out Twan.
And I'm going to get you your arch enemy. I'm like, who is that? Alonzo. Alonzo who? Alonzo Mourning. You have a problem with that? I said, no, I don't have a problem with that. And then that changed all of
Pat
us.
was smart with that too because he knew what he was doing. Because
He
every
was.
day you were challenged.
Yeah.
Like this body fat down, I'm getting my body fat down.
Yes.
This run fast, I'm gonna run faster. Zoe blocked 2 shots, I want to block 3 shots. This every day it was still a competition between those two. I went 1, you went 2. Like every day they was pushing each other. Even still at the age they were challenging each other. Iron sharpening iron every day.
And that motherfucker to take his shirt off, he looked like a He-Man dog. Damn. I'd be
Still
look, I'd be at the beach trying to eat a burger and be like, "Smoke Lonzo, like
Exactly.
give me a salad." Or what? Give me a chicken Caesar salad with the balsamic. I hate balsamic. I want a cheeseburger, but so it kind of motivated us. But you just thanked me and gave me pride.
I appreciate you, big dog. You have no idea. No, you have no idea, big fella.
Appreciate you.
Big dog, love you, my brother, man. Appreciate everything you've done for us, man.
Shout out to the OG
Me
podcast.
too.
Y'all
Thank
got
you.
me on the time. And guess what? I ain't signing no papers. Send it, tweet it, do what the y'all want to do with it. I ain't tripping.
OG's out.
OG's out. Appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir, big fella.